here at the Coastal Maine Botanical Gardens in Boothbay with one of our supporters from Bernstein Shore, George Burns. Very thankful. This has been on my bucket list for many years, a spectacular property. I'm so grateful to be here, George. Thanks for introducing us to this magnificent property.
Oh, it's a pleasure, Erin. It's always a pleasure to show off the gardens. And Bernstein Shore is so committed to it, has been for as long as I've been around here at the Botanical Gardens. Back in the late 90s, early 2000s, we first got involved with this organization.
And you've been working with Kris now, one of the directors here of marketing for
Yes.
about 5 years, you said?
Yes.
And
right.
Kris, tell us a little bit about the property and what people can expect when they come to visit.
Sure, we are located on 270 acres in Boothbay. We have on coastal tidal property, which is very unique for a botanical garden. You can access the gardens both by water and by land.
Oh, neat.
It's really, really special. We have people who kayak in, we have people who take electric boat tours off the property and come back and visit the gardens after. It's really, really a special, unique place.
And George, you've sat on the board, you mentioned. What kind of work do the board members and the impact volunteers have as well?
Well, yeah, I was on the board for 9 years and now do legal work for the gardens. And it's probably the best nonprofit board I've ever seen. And I think its roots began with local founders of the gardens who literally pledged their houses to get this land back in the early 90s. And then you mixed in the seasonal community from all over the world. And so there was a great synergy there. And so it's a very hard-working board, very smart, committed board that has a lot of talent and resources, and yet hasn't abandoned that local root feeling that is so important for the atmospherics and culture of this place.
So whether it's board hours or volunteers here in the garden, Kris, what goes into, you said 200 plus acres?
270 acres. We have a number of smaller gardens within Coastal Maine Botanical Gardens. So right now we're in the Learner Garden of the Five Senses. It's designed so that people can experience the garden using all of their senses, and it's designed to be accessible to everyone, whether they're in a wheelchair, use a walker. It's a very accessible space. We do have horticulture therapy programs that come here. We have visually impaired people that come and visit the gardens, and we're very thankful for the support that we've gotten to be able to have this for the public.
And you have a kids section as well. We are kid friendly, and it's so, I saw the fairy skirts and the crowns in the gift shop.
Every Friday during July and August we have Fairy Fridays, and it's literally these wonderful little fairies take over the entire gardens. We have fairy dancing and fairy music and fairy crafts, and it's a lot of fun. And it's not just for children, it's fairies of all ages. We have adults running around with fairy wings. It's fantastic. There's a lot of things take place in the Bibby and Harold Elfon Children's Garden.
And give folks information at home, hours of operation, when can they come to visit?
Sure, we are open April 15th through October 31st, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. But in July and August, we're going to stay open until 6 o'clock to allow for more visitation. One of the things we're looking at in our master plan and moving forward is how we can evolve to become a year-round garden, year-round facility. And we started doing a little bit of that last year with Gardens Aglow, where we invited people to come and experience the gardens all lit up at night at a special event.
Very cool. Wow, Kris, thank you so much. George, thank you for the introduction.
Thank you, Erin. It's a pleasure.
Guys, definitely come and check it out. We are going to continue our tour of Boothbay and Boothbay Harbor. We're going to visit another spectacular property. I'm very excited to see the Boothbay Harbor Country Club. But before we do that, we're going to check in with Lisa Belisle from Maine Magazine.